when I step up in the ocean. Walking with the ancient days cause I'm chosen. Got me walking on water. Got me floating, got me walking with you. I ain't joking. I ain't joking. Rebuking all the ways when I step up in the ocean. The ancient of days cause I'm chosen. Got me walking on water. Got me floating, got me walking with you. I ain't joking. I ain't joking. Rebuking all the ways when I step up in the ocean. Walking with the ancient days cause I'm chosen. Got me walking on water. Got me floating, got me walking with you. I ain't joking. I ain't joking. Rebuking all the ways when I step up in the ocean. They ancient of days cause I'm chosen. Yeah, I'm chosen. So I'm walking on water. Gotta have faith cause it'll take you farther. Man, don't bother. If you got little faith, oh little faith. When my father said that, I holler. Got me walking like a child in his truth, like a toddler. Yeah, that roll up on my side. Oh yeah, that's my father. Planted 10 toes down, but I gotta go harder. I made it up in his truth, just like a Sharpie. Mark the wicked time done, but I guess they had no sticking fire from the lip. But it came my sapphire blue. Yeah, we Hebrew nation builders, so we gotta stay true. So if you rock with me, then I am rocking with you. How's your time watching, so I told him what to do. Blessings stored up in the shop, I ain't got nothing to lose. So tell me why you tempting the right, tempting the crew. Get from round here, cause my Abba didn't raise no fool. So sit back and relax, tell the devil fall back, and just turn up the track. Like this and like that. Real blue, got the fringes, got the garment, got the hat. I keep the Z's hanging low, with the shoes to match. Real kings, real priests, say what up, give him that. Malik Musa, I give you honors where you at. Let me kneel to the king, you the head, you the hat. Got me dancing like David when we bring the ark back. Keep the camp clean, yeah, cause my Abba like that. Turn the fathers to the sons, and the sons are turning back. Let's turn up the truth, cause we on the right track. I know you can't help but just move, because the Ruach is back. That's why that funky beat make you just move. Floating on water, Cardi, now watch me groove. So Hebrew slide with your eye, and your coatee too. Cause when the righteous get together, you know what we do. Walking on water, got me floating, got me walking with you. I ain't joking, I ain't joking. You can know the ways when I step up in the ocean. Walking with the ancient days cause I'm chosen. Got me walking on water. Got me floating, got me walking with you. I ain't joking, I ain't joking. Rebuking all the ways when I step up in the ocean. The ancient of days cause I'm chosen. Got me floating. I ain't joking, I ain't joking. Rebuking all the ways. Walking with the ancient days. Got me walking on water. Got me floating. I ain't joking. Rebuking all the ways. Serving they ancient of days. Ancient of days.
Rebirth of a nation, Hebrew kingdom building.
Listen, we got some special for y'all through D28 Productions, Reclaiming the Throne Reload. Now, I know you didn't watch the movie, but we have some special. We have the live soundtrack theatrical experience. Yes, I said it like that, theatrical experience, because it's not just going to be music, but it's going to be every genre of music that represents what we have created over here in 400 years. So not only music, you're going to have spoken word, you're going to have cultural dance, there'll be a fashion event there. Every aspect of what we done here as a nation in history to draw our people to be able to find out who they are. Yes, now the event is going to be in Black History Month. It'll be in Augusta, Georgia, Sunday, February the 18th at 3:30 p.m. at the Maxwell Theater on Augusta University campus. We asking people from all over the world come experience an event that ain't never been done in the nation of Israel ever like this before. We're asking the people to come from the north, south, east, and the west, all over. Tell your mother, tell your brother, tell your auntie, tell your uncle, tell everybody to meet us there. It's going to change your life. We hope to see you there. See you soon, and shalom. Check, check, 1, 2, 3. Check, check, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Can everybody hear and see me? Check, check, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Can everybody hear and see me? All right, all right. Is it an echo? Is it an echo at all? Let me know if it's an echo. Or is everything pretty clear? All right, all right, all right. For sure, praise Yahushua. Hallelujah. I'm going to give my shouts out to everybody that's on the line. All right. Shalom, shalom to Uriel, Padrag, Shimshon, Rakam, Nisiyah, Miriam, Uzi, Yehukanan, Kenrick, Shalom, Yehuda, Zion, Yehuda again, Elder Azar, Akoti, Elishiva, 6'3" soldier, Takaya, Masina, Brother Eric, Hanuk, Victor, Elikata Shah, Gabira, Ahaba Shalom, Bridget, Amayahu, Hanuk, Arya, Ahava Tushi, Hadar Tushi, Surrender, Ivan, Yahuwah's my rock, Varik, Adrian, Shakar, Shalom, Uriah, Brenda, Mahora, who else we got on? Mushala Kana, Yada Shemka, and Tamar. Praise Yahusha. All right. Hope everybody's doing well. Again, Boker Tov, Boker Tov. Praise Yahusha. Hope everybody's seen the Reclaiming the Throne live soundtrack theatrical experience. Let me change this title because it's up. Let me do that. Update that real quick. I ain't know it still had the same title on now. There we go. Let me update and refresh. See if that changed that. There we go. All right, so we got everything right now. All right, again, want to praise Yahusha. See how everybody doing this Boca Tov. Hope all is going well for everybody. I tell you what, we're just gonna kind of just see what's on y'all mind. I ain't gonna lie, I'm just be honest with y'all, I'm a little tired this morning. I had a long day yesterday. But we had a thorough time in service in Shabbat. But we didn't get out of it real late. It's only a little bit. But that car gonna crank all the way up in a minute. It's gonna crank all the way up. But let me know if it's something on your mind, or we can continue with the Sirach series and the wisdom on that. So I'll give you an opportunity like I did last week, I think it was.
If you got questions about something that you'd like to get an answer on, or my perspective on something, you can put it in the chat. I look at it and then decide if I'm gonna go that route or not. And now we'll go back to Sirach and get to going. Praise Yahushua. So we'll leave it open for opportunity for if you have something, you can ask a question, and I'll go from there. All right. I see one of my daughters is asking for Sirach. All right, let me see if I can pull that up. All right, let me see what chapter we on. I think we should be something like 13 now, I believe. All right. I will go with Sirach. Somebody asked, do I think the giant spirits are the evil spirits roaming the earth? Yes, the children and it says that when you go read, all you gotta do is read Enoch, and couple that with Genesis chapter 6. Read the book of Enoch, and you'll find out that the children of the union of the fallen angels and women became the Nephilim, and Yahuwah judged them, and they was on the earth killing everybody and each other, and their spirits had nowhere to go, so they roamed the earth, and this is where we get the term evil spirits. So they roam the earth, tormenting everybody. So yeah, that's exactly it. But you read that, you'll get the answer on that. It'll show you everything. All right, I think we on Sirach chapter 13, and we'll start reading there. It says, let me see, is everybody there? Everybody got it? Sirach chapter 13. All right, and it reads, whoever touches pitch will be defiled, and whoever associates with a proud man will be like him. Do not lift a weight beyond your strength, nor associate with a man mightier and richer than you. Now that's true. That is true. We become the people that we invite in our lives to be our friends or our companion. It's a true statement that who you associate with, you pick up their character. You pick up their ways of doing things, especially if they have a more influential lifestyle than you. This is why it talks about in a multitude of counsel, there's safety. So you got to be strategic about who you allow to be associates. That's people that you're around because you have to be around them. And you associate with each other based on a specific goal or specific thing, but in a natural capacity of you choosing who to be around you, you wouldn't necessarily pick these people. So that's stuff like people on your job or people like in your region of community, right? From that perspective of you can't pick who you allow to be your neighbors and all that type of stuff. But you got to be careful because my mindsets becomes energy that's transferable. I'm gonna say that again. Mindsets, right? A mindset is a set way of thinking. I done thought this way so much it became seared in my mind. But mindsets becomes synergy that that's transferable, energy that's transferable, and you can measure the thoughts of a man or a woman based on what they speak and what they continues to speak on. If you really look at it, the people that you majority spend your time with, um, you end up getting the same level of thought, the same lingo, the same ways of doing things, because whatever you continuously behold, you become. You're influenced by your association. You're influenced by um, who you continuously see and hear. You start conforming into each other. And this is why you have to, if people have a bad character, you got to place them in a certain place. And it may not be evil people, but you got to place them in a certain place because you got to realize, I don't want to become that. I'm striving for greatness. I'm striving for this. And if that mindset is around me, it'll begin to influence my decisions. Why? Because my soul, which is what goes into my subconscious, will begin to formulate and begin to um, take in this character because I allowed this person to be around me. And remember, the subconscious is influenced by repetition. So I got to be very strategic with who I call friends, right? And from a biblical perspective, the only friends that you have is people that you have a salt covenant with. That you have decided to say, I look at this person, I see their character, we have the same goals. Now I'm going to commit myself to them. And if people ain't invested in you enough and you ain't invested in this other person enough, then how can you call each other friend? It's only who I have invested my vulnerability with. And then I can see that who they are will enhance who I am. And who I am will enhance who they are. We got to get out of trauma bonding, right? We really are close because we have the same problem. We have the same circumstance. Rebellion bonding. A rebel can never be by himself. She has to have something to rebel against a divine authority. So when a rebel feels slighted, what the rebel is going to do is going to find a person to listen to their contention, to give you their eyes and to give you their ears. That will influence your perception. You have to be very, very careful. Now, if people have moments of messing up, that's different than a pattern. But who I have around me, I can't, and I can't have all equals around me because I have to put myself in an environment to grow. So if I put myself around nothing but equal people, then I'm only going to become that surrounding. This is why the scripture talks about mark a perfect man, for the end of that man is peace, right? You're marking a man that have conquered, or a woman that has conquered a certain thing that you desire to conquer in your life. You see the shalom that's in their life right now because they have conquered something. And Yahuwah says, mark that man because there's a duplication. But I can't be around all my equals and trying to become something greater unless I'm going to be the trailblazer and bring it up. But the only way that I'm going to bring it up is through another door because everybody is a door to my next place I'm trying to get. I have always been around people that's more wiser than me on certain things and different perspectives. And this is why, as a young man now, the wisdom that you had gave me and how I operate, it surpasses my years. And that's through the Ruach, that's through study, that's through prayer, but that's also through association. I cleaved to older men at the time. I listened, I learned, I submitted myself. I've been in arenas, even in the business world and other worlds, based on watching. Because one thing I know about me is sometimes I have to see something is possible, and that ignites my faith. So I might get in an arena and be like, okay, let me see how this is done. Okay, that's possible. That's all I need to see. And then I set my discipline and my goals and my course towards this thing. But you gotta be careful, man. Being being around proud men, that stuff gonna come out, and you're gonna find yourself being proud. If you're being around contentious women that's influencing you to be contentious against authority and against males, against your husband, you're gonna end up starting to be proud. It says, don't lift a weight beyond your strength, nor associate with a mightier man that's richer than you. Now that don't lift a weight beyond your strength is, man, that's a doggone mountain of wisdom right there. It's a mountain of wisdom, man, because a lot of times we be trying to do stuff that we don't qualify for yet. Because everything, promotion don't come from the north, south, east, and west. It come from the Most High. But if you're putting yourself in situations and circumstances that's above your strength, always going to happen. You ever been lifting weights and been in a weight room, and say if you're the only one in there, and there's all kind of videos on this, but I'd have been there. You in there by yourself, and you know you got 225 on the rack, and you know you need somebody to help you spot, but you feel like you can get in there and pull it 10 times. And you mess around on that 7th time, you felt it, and you here with it, and you struggling, you got it up, and then you took it back and bought it here again, and now you stuck. You ain't got the energy. You ain't got the strength. And that thing there, you just kind of got to go like that, and hopefully they'll slide off the end to throw the weight off you. Why? Because you lift a weight beyond your measure of strength. And that's sometimes what we do in the spirit. It's what we do in the natural too. In the natural setting, you know you don't make money like that. You don't know you don't make that type of money, but you didn't allow your eyes to feed your soul rather than your spirit, because somewhere in us we still have this American dream. I want to have the big and the nicest car. I want the Benz. I want the BMWs. Now you know you don't have money like that to maintain no Benz. You ain't got money like that to maintain no BMW. When you look at them oil changes on those things and how your insurance will go up because it's a luxury car. But it's about being seen. And you done picked up a weight that you can't handle. You went and got it ain't nobody but you, and you went and got a 3 to 4 bedroom house, and your money can't maintain that. And you ain't looking at you barely making enough to pay that mortgage or that rent, and you ain't factoring all the other stuff that you got to pay with this house. You ain't factoring all the other things that has to be done. You just want to look successful because of you have no cultural value. And now you done lifted a weight, and that day coming where, like the song say, when it all falls down. That's what she said. She had a revelation. It's gonna fall down because you lifted a weight that's too strong to carry. Or you following a leader, right? And then you just think it took that leader 10 years to get there. And you just think you can go on the fast and pick up their anointing. You think you go on the fast and come out and just be stronger than them. You competitive with things. You too quick to want to try to do something and be something. Because somewhere in you, somebody told you in your life you was nothing. Somebody embarrassed you, took your strength and your honor from you, and you trying to heal that deficit. You're trying to heal that deficit. And you know you can't lift that weight. Oh my gosh. You know you ain't ready to move on. You know you ain't did enough inner work. And now you trying to get a man because he say he a Hebrew. You trying to get a woman because she got a head wrap and all that on there. And you know right now you just as tender and still broken. Don't lift a weight that's too heavy. You know you don't qualify for that. You know you not there. You're going to tear that man up. You're going to tear that woman up. Y'all going to create little hellions. Y'all had children, and during the time both of y'all was tore up. And them children going to be hell, boy. You trying to pick up a weight that's too strong for you to carry. You want it. You want the influence. You want to be seen as a leader. Nobody can just give you something. You work with people. You got to position yourself to be the leader, to be the head, so you can get the cabal from it. And then we be thinking people stupid. That's the thing. The worst thing as leaders or CEO of a company or whatever is to think that people can't see your insecurities over time and can't see that you make decisions based off your insecurities. One thing about real people, they recognize real, and they recognize when somebody is putting on. They might not say nothing, but they can see it and you won't get the trust. Because you don't know how to stay in your lane. You trying to be the man. You trying to be the voice rather than the echo. And people look at, and just switching this to that, people look at what me and Chief do. And I got people now, man, that's in my past that I know. Because to them, I might look like a overnight success. Because they see me step out and me and Chief get together. We start this ministry and it blew up. And I got people in my past, they will look at that and they'll make decisions about themselves. Man, I can start something. I can do something. And I just be like, man, it gotta be the right time. You gotta have the right message. And it gotta be the right people. Everything has to be ordained for it to be from the foundations of the world for it to really get where it needs to get from a place of purity. Now I seen them get out there and try, and within 6 months' time, they hanging everything up because they done picked up a weight that's too heavy. They ain't really prepared themselves to be able to really do something like that. They weren't sent. They just went. And a lot of your issues in your life, if you look at it, is decisions that you move too fast on. Picking up weights that you ain't ready to carry, so now you got a mess. And a lot of times that your whole next 5 years is correcting a decision that you made too early. And every decision you make is based off what's inside of you. It's based off the struggle inside. And this stuff happens subconsciously. I just thought about something. Man, this is wild. I guess he put this in my mind, right? Man, I'm telling you, this the Ruka stuff is something. I ain't even thought about this. Man, you make decisions based off of this experience within the soul. Let me say it like that. Your outward decisions is formed by the experience of your soul. Man, I need to be in the book. That's fresh off the press. Let me say that again because I be saying stuff and don't remember. I be showing stuff and I be saying and don't remember how I just said it. Your outward decisions are based off the experience of the soul. Your outward decisions is based off the experience of your soul. Let me tell you what you heard just brought to my memory, man. All right. So anybody that knew me the majority of my life know I love animals. I do. Like as a young boy, I got fascinated with. I don't even think they do that like that no more. But I got fascinated with National Geographic, like being able to watch, man, those the animals in their natural settings, their natural habitats, man. I used to love it. I'm talking about I used to love it. Like, and I would just like, National Geographic used to have like, well, when they had video series and videotapes and everything. Back in the day, our parents they didn't let us have no TV because in the church that we was coming up in, which they was right though. At the end of the day, they're right. TV was the devil's box. So if anybody had a TV in their house, they was full of House of Ton and bought House of Ton in their house. I mean, it was the pastor boy used to go in on that thing. So we ain't grow up with a TV. Um, but we grew up with we had what they call a Matna box, right? And with this, it had a VCR tied to it. I know young people don't know nothing about what that is, but a VCR. So I had like my dad would buy like a whole series of Natural Geographic, and it'll be about different type of animals. And so I used to just sit there and just watch because I was like fascinated, right? I love animals. And one of the what I could have, like I always wanted a lion or a tiger. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted one of those, like, but and I like gorillas too, like lion, tiger, and a gorilla. Man, silverback. Psh, man, I used to watch that stuff. So I fell in love with animals, and what I could have is a dog. So like, anybody ever know me, I always love dogs. But I remember two experiences, and I think this is where I'm at now. I never thought about that till this morning. All right, so I had like a little like my parents bought a little. It was kind of like how you say the Pomeranians are. It's kind of like that, but I can't remember the breed of it. But it was a little white dog we called Snowball, a little fella, but not by this size, a little bitty fella though. And man, listen, so that was my little dog though. With the family, family dog. End up happening. We had him, and he went out there. We had him for years, and one day we went out there and found him in the street. He had got hit. Told me up. Um, so life went on. Got older, and we always had dogs. All right, and then this one I had found this little dog, little wiener dog. He was like a little wiener dog, and we called him Speedy. Now Speedy, I think he was like, how them little wiener dogs look. He was kind of made on that. And listen, that was my favorite little dog right there, man. That was my dog. I had him. I ain't know nothing about training or nothing then, but I had him, and we was everything I did. That dog slept in my room. I took that dog out. He would even be in my bed back then. When you see me, you'll see that dog. And one day, we let Speedy out to go use the bathroom. And we was looking for Speedy. And Speedy ain't never come back in the house. So we figured, man, Speedy must have ran away. Then, they went by and I'm distraught. Like I can't find Speedy. So man, what ended up happening, we found out Speedy wasn't fast enough. Speedy wasn't speedy enough. He wasn't fast enough, and Speedy ended up dying and getting hit. And so boy, we had like I was told up. When I tell you you hear me? Like listen, I ain't want no more dogs over. I was told up about that thing, man. We had a little funeral for Speedy and everything, and Like my parents, they tried, they tried to like accommodate my feelings. So he took us in the backyard. My dad, that was so funny. My dad made a little box for him, and we dug a grave and just had a little surface. I think, but my parents, they loved us though. They know that thing tore me up. So we had a service for him. And then like it was funny because I had a cousin that he always wanted to be a preacher. And so he would find, we always young, and he would always try to find, even when we'd be playing, he would love to play church, and he wanted to be the preacher and all that type of stuff. So, they had the service, and they let him preach the funeral. So, and they gave me some last words and all that. So, man, my childhood, I'm just remembering all this. This is hilarious. All right, so this is what I'm getting at. So we had the service and all that. Listen, I was tore up for a while. I mean, for a while. Man, I wish we had well, we ain't have money like that though. I wish we had like camcorders and everything for that to be recorded. Cause that thing was hilarious though. So we had it. But oh man, so then life goes on, right? So I don't know why I'm going into all this, but I'll just go say it to get the report. So Speedy ain't make it. So we end up having another dog. Later on, we had a few of them, and we moved out there on I think about 2-3 acres of land, and we had these dogs. Now I did have a dog that was blind. And that he ended up being blind. It's the most hilarious thing you ever see. Cause he had he wasn't fully blind, but he was back there. So he would be running around in the backyard because he kind of became blind, and we had a pool back there. To stand up on top of the ground pool, and that joker would be running full speed, and all he was bark, bark, bark. So he ran full speed into the pool, man. But this dog was resilient now because we was in the country, so we would just let him roam. So he'll find himself in the street. But the mutts are some gangsters. You can feed them anything. You ain't got to worry about no povo, no nothing with them. They just listen. They built for the streets. If you ever had a real a mutt, now them purebred dogs, listen, them niggas. Oh, them. I mean, say that like that. Them dogs, they will. Man, you gotta do it. You gotta get them jokers shots. You gotta get them all kind of vitamins. You gotta keep them in their first month so they don't get the povo and all that type of stuff. But a mutt, a through mutt, that joker that'll be alright. Now this joker here, he got hit. He got stuff. His little leg would be dangling. And before we'll have to pray for him and all that type of stuff. And he'll get up, man. 3 months later, that little leg that was dangling will be back going. So them jokers he was something. He ended up dying later on. He lived a long life though. He lived a long life, and he ended up dying from him against worm. He got bit by a snake. Yeah, nah, man. Like my dad used to have us practice our faith. So he'll dog and have a little leg messed up. And he'll come in there and he'll pray the prayer of faith over the dog and have us pray over and tell us to believe. And man, it increased our faith because it's months later this dog would be running. So I said all that to say this. Like the dogs I have now, I only deal with big dogs. So I have, and I'm drawn to them. Like I have a a Rottweiler and a African Borbal. If you ever look at them African Borbals, them some big dogs. But I'm drawn to them, man. And I love them. Like, and I really like some little dogs. Like, I know at one point my daughters was talking about they wanted a small dog, but they ain't gonna take care of it. Them girls ain't about that life. They like them because they're cute at the time. But I really, when it comes to a smaller dog, I like, I guess within me, I kind of be like, man, I don't want no small dog. Da, 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 da. But now this morning I'm saying where they're coming. Why? Because you could ask my wife and my children, anytime they say a small dog, I was like, man, no, we ain't getting no little dog like that. Now, no little dog. But I realized today that the experience of my soul influence my outward decisions. I'm saying what that stem from what happened in those situations with the small dogs. And I wasn't realizing it. Like, because that I've been so far removed from that. And it's just a natural decision. Like I really didn't I didn't think about it because I was doing it effortlessly. But today I realize, even with small dogs, that come from what happened to old Speedy. Speedy just ain't make it across that road. That thing tore me up at the time, and I went on in life. But now, listen, I love them two breeds. I love is that the Rottweilers. I love them, the way they look, they size, the temperament, the way they built, and that African Bull, man. Man, I just love the size of them, the way they look and all that. But then I'm realizing today that some of that, me wanting bigger dogs, is because of that. Somebody said, "Oh, Speedy started all of this." Yeah, you gotta tell my wife that, man. Because one thing, I love my wife because she loved me, and she with me though. She when she see I really love something, she'll get behind it. Even like it really wasn't in my best interest, um, because of my schedule, but she just did it based off her love of me. And so everybody in the house be helping me with them dogs, man. But I love them. But I just realized that today, man. I gotta get old Speedy out my heart and look at that thing. But that thing, man, I just realized today though, like how deep things in your soul can influence your decisions. Man, that's real though. But um, they go back to that though. Go back to do not lift a weight that's beyond your strength. Because at the time, and I love dogs. I train them, and I'm starting a kennel, especially with my Rottweilers first. So if anybody end up, I'm just throwing this out there. If anybody want the breed, want a Rottweiler in time, hit me up because once I get puppies on the ground, I'll let you know. Um, or if they want a Borbal later on in life. But at the time, even though I spaced it out, I put on a weight that was too strong, right? Because I thought I was going to be able to let that Bobo and that Rottweiler be able to grow together and be fine. But man, it's once they turn a certain age, boy, them jokers they get they get dominant. So I have to kind of keep them separate from each other. But I picked up a weight that was too strong to carry because with my time schedule and having to, keep them schedule and all this. And my wife, she tried to tell me, but I'm one of them ones that listen. If I feel like I could do it, I'm gonna get out there and I just figure it out. You know, so that's another example of picking up a weight that's too strong to carry. Everything stuff got to have the right conditions for you to do the thing. So, oh, y'all out here in this chat, man, y'all wilding out. Somebody say they little dog got healed when they was worshiping with rebirth. Well, praise Yahushua for the healing. Hallelujah. But listen, I'm not saying this because I'm finna go get no little dog. But listen, I got enough. I got enough animals, period. You know. So my little dogs, when it come to sheep, and when it come to goats, and when it come to all these things, we got enough animals. We got enough animals. All right. So I'm not saying this because talking about well, we finna go get another little dog. No. Cause on Rottweilers that boy been and chewed him up. So no, that ain't gonna help nothing. That's just me realizing it. No. I'm not going to get no little dog. Y'all don't realize the way my time's set up. I'm doing my best now with these dogs I got, and that ain't nothing but bringing another little kid in the house. Them dogs are children. They children, so that's another little mouth to feed, and I don't know it. I don't need no more. Okay, well we'll get them and keep them at your house then. We'll keep them at your house. All right, let me get back to what I was talking about. Y'all got me wilding out. I'm over here having a ruka. That's how you say it. Now people say that they want to do an aruka. Small dogs go. No, see, I should have told y'all this. I shouldn't even said this. I should have just had an aruka session with myself. You know what I'm saying? Y'all wilding out. A little dog been and got in the toilet and got flushed down the toilet. Them little dogs you can put in your doggone in your person. We got there now. Y'all are cause another trauma. Get a little mini dog, and one day he done got out there, and I'm looking at something kicking in my big dog's stomach, and y'all done caused another trauma now. Talking about my dog talking about, they ain't been hungry in days. And ate them a little snack, and I'm talking about, I asked him, well, hey, what a little puppy? Talking about some, I don't know. And just kicking in the stomach. I ain't fooling with y'all. Y'all trying to cause more trauma. No ma'am, no sir. Listen, my wife will get on here and tell you, I have enough. Listen, I done had enough animals to have a zoo. Name a domestic animal, and I done had them in my life. I'm talking about just about everything from dog. Only thing, let me tell you, only thing I haven't had. Only animal I haven't had, like any domestic animal, I can tell you, a dog, chickens. We done did rabbits. Man, rabbit is a lot to take care of, man. Good night. I thought they were, but them jokers, boy, they poop everywhere. Man, it's ridiculous. Them jokers poop like it ain't no tomorrow. You can't have them jokers in the house. I mean, you'll find they'll be hopping around, and everywhere they hop is poop. I had everything. I had birds. I bought my babies, my baby girls. Listen, I got traumatic experience with the birds. We done had birds, man. I'm gonna tell y'all about that. We done had birds. Now let me tell you, the only one I didn't have is a cat. And I think it's epigenetics with cats. I don't know what it is with black people and cats. I just I don't trust cats. I ain't never trust them, and I ain't never had one. But I think I got that from my grandmother on my father's side, and then also my mom and her mother. Cause they were just saying what cats do when you have a baby. They were saying like, you never heard the old folks say they'll come and they'll take the soul out of the baby, or how would y'all remember how the old folks would say a cat would do to a baby? I don't know if it's saying to take the soul out, take something out. I can't remember how the old people would see. Some of y'all gadolas and mothers on here remember what they would take the breath out. There you go. I knew I had a mother on here. They would take the breath, and I don't even know how that could be done. I don't. But when I heard that, I was like, okay. And you got to be a little older. You got to be a little older to know that. To know that. So that's one. And then my grandmother, she had a bad experience with a cat, and all this type of stuff influenced my decisions. Like she had this one cat that she said just went crazy on her, and it started scaling the wall and going around scaling it and just kind of trying to claw it and attack her. And she told it like a ancient tales in the crypt story. Y'all remember that y'all remember that show Tales of the Crypt? Tales of the Crypt? I think that's what it's called. And she scared the mess out of me back then telling me that story. The way she said it. She was like, that's why we don't trust no cats. Da 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 da. And then my mom on her side, like this all this epigenetics. Epigenetics. And then my mom on her side, would tell me about not trusting cats and cats scare little spirits and all that. So uh, I ain't never trusted cats, It didn't look like the cat gang is racist too. Look like the cat gang racist. Because you only see the black cats out there struggling for food in the streets. You don't see too many nice looking cats out there, but the black cats are always in the alleys, scraping for food around the trash cans. You know what I'm saying? The black cats be out there. The black cats associated with witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? You'll take a chance on a white cat or a different like fur cat. You might throw some food out here, but a black cat, evil, voodoo, that's an ancient spirit then form into a cat. Nah, don't even worry about it. They be discriminating out these black cats out here, man. So, man, listen, I will tell y'all the story of the bird. Listen, I had everything. So we got these birds, right? I bought one of my daughters a bird. And I'm really like I'm a sucker for my daughters. They can get me. So they can pretty much, they desire something. They know how to get it. Huh? I don't know. I'm out here now, baby. I'm out here. So I was just gonna tell them the story and we get on off here. My wife in here, she talking about, baby, what you was supposed to be talking about today? I don't know. I already told you I was tired this morning. This where my engine went. So
when he's in the room with the plants, he focus.
Man, if you don't shut that door, and get out of here. That's another trauma of mine. Plants. My wife got a room full of plants, man, and that's another whole thing. That stemmed from my mama. And I thought I was gonna marry a woman that wasn't interested in plants. That's what I thought. I ain't talking about the plants that you get groceries from. She like the same way my mama was. I was like, I'm gonna pick a woman that don't care nothing about plants. And she didn't. As she get older, your likes change, and now she's a plant woman, and she got her little room. And listen, I ain't trying to have no forest at my house like I grew up with my mama. Well, anyway, let me go to the back to the birds. So so my other daughter, she ended up liking it. Right. So at that time her birthday came around and I surprised her with a little bird. So we had two little birds. And we got them where, they'll fly around the house and they'll come land on certain things and they'll come land on you and they'll come land on your finger and all that type of stuff. Or I got a picture where they'll land on your head. And you have to be careful though when you cooking and stuff like that. Cause they'll be flying around and feathers and all that type of stuff. And like we was cooking, we had to put them in the cage and we eating too, cause they'll try to come down there by your plate. So anyway, so I'm laughing because this is funny. So what we would try to do, I forgot what happened to one of them because at one point we got down to one bird. I forgot what happened to the other. I don't know if we end up. Um, no, it might have happened to both. Yeah, it did. So what we would do to try to give them a little bit of their natural habitat, we would take the birds outside in their cage so they can experience nature. Okay, so what be happening, the hood birds would fly around looking at them in their cage, but they wouldn't come close. So the hood birds were like, hey, what's up, homie? what set you claim, Ryan? And they ain't never been, they ain't never been out in the wild. So they're like, what set I claim? I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what it means. I know it did. I know it did. I'm gonna get to it. So we would like have to be outside with them to make sure that they was fine. Because they wasn't the homies yet. You know what I'm saying? They got their meals every day. They got their waters.
Saints.
They got all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, they was birds that had a through life. They was living a Beverly Hills life.
Oh my God.
So, this what happened, man. Remember, let me cup all this because all this go from your outward decisions are influenced. I'm gonna bring it back around. Are influenced by the experience of the soul.
Oh my goodness.
So y'all, man. So we outside. We on the side of the house playing basketball. I was out there with the kids, so we out there shooting, playing basketball and stuff. While the birds was out there, and man, listen. So we had them in the front. They was in the cage. So we over there, we chilling. So this was my two daughters' birds. So both of them was yours?
Yes.
We didn't get Serrano bird.
You got her rabbit.
Oh, she got the rabbits. That's right, she had the rabbits. So y'all, we come from around the house, and we look in the cage, and the bird's not in the cage. We was like, where the doggone birds at? Where the birds? So my daughter comes and she's like, Hadassah, she's like, Daddy, where my birds are? What was the bird's name? I can't remember what their bird name was.
Thomas and Tweety Bird.
Thomas and Tweety Bird. So Thomas was a beautiful bird. If I got a picture, I'll show him to you. It's white and had like a little yellow. It's white and yellow. Beautiful bird. And Thomas was really more trained and friendly than Tweety Bird. Like Thomas would really come up on your shoulder. You can walk around with Thomas. He'll fly on your finger and he'll let you walk around with him. All that type of stuff. He was very domesticated, but he wasn't about that life though. Like he was about cage life. He was a what?
A cockatiel.
A cockatiel. So in my mind, I'm like, Thomas gone. Like if he flew away, it's over. So I see my daughter, and she gave me that face, and I was like, okay, baby. I said, baby, what we gonna do? Let's walk around, and if we see Thomas flying, we'll whistle for Thomas to come back. Thomas and Tweety. Now we don't know where Tweety went. Tweety just wanted to go experience life. So we never seen Tweety with Tweety. And Tweety, he ain't never really trust us 100%. I guess he was kind of like Planet of the Apes. He must have experienced natural life and knew the cage life went in it. Yeah. Oh, they say he was light skinned. That was funny. So, me and my baby, I'm holding her hand. We walking down the neighborhood. So, we see this white. We see something in the. I can see it up far down there, in the sky, and we see this bird going like this. So in my mind, I was like, man, that look like that's Thomas. So my baby can see it.
No, I saw him.
Thomas flying for his life, y'all. This big old black crow, he just flying at Thomas. Come here, little homie. Come here, little homie. Let me tell you what real life is about. Come here, you cute. Come here, little homie. And Thomas like, ah! 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 If y'all could have seen the pain and agony and stress, because Thomas ain't built for the streets, man. Thomas ain't built for the streets. So Thomas, we still don't know where Thomas is.
Thomas died. He pushed him into a tree.
Oh, what happened, babe? So I thought she didn't see him.
No, I watched him. I watched it, y'all. I was so hurt. I was so hurt for my life.
I ain't turn you around. I thought we turned around and walked back.
Thomas and Tweety was running away from the bird, and
they was flying.
Flying away from the bird, and the bird ran them into the tree. And that's the last I saw of them.
Yeah.
I cried that entire night, y'all.
That was a big old black crow too, boy. He was. So we walked back in shame, and then we was trying to figure out how Thomas got out. So don't nobody know. Now we know the only one in the house that didn't have an animal at that time was MK. And MK was he's just like me when I was a little boy. He just like the TriStar. So we had to let a whole year go by, and atonement came up. So MK got something he wanted to confess.
Is that what happened?
I don't know, but it's a good story. I don't know if he even has it like that, but that sounds through. That sounds like a through story. So I'm throwing it. I might have been pushing the atonement time. I don't know what time it was, but by saying atonement, that's a through story right now. So, so we found out while we playing basketball, MK talking about he wanted to see how they be if they
Yo,
out
he wants Tweety Bird to go away.
flying in their natural habitat, and the boy went out there, opened the cage, and let the birds out. So we ain't never seen Tweety Bird or Shepherd, but I still got that image, boy. If y'all could have seen Thomas flying for his life, boy, he was flying, boy, because he ain't never been in that much space. You know, he was looking for the little place that he can nest on that we had in the house, and he wasn't about them streets, man. The streets in the bird life, you can't have a name Thomas. You know, they know that you ain't they kind. So you know, I hope my baby don't grow up with a trauma for that she don't want birds no more. But Thomas, you know, Thomas ain't make it. He ain't make it. And Tweety Bird always wanted to be free, and he finally got his opportunity.
He died anyway.
But he ain't know that his freedom was gonna be his death.
That's what he did. He sold that.
Yeah, man, that be a lot of us. That go back to Tweety Bird. That go back to my original statement, where Tweety Bird shouldn't have tried to lift a weight beyond his strength. He was not for that life out there, and he just knew if he can just get out there that everything will be fine. And that's how we do. Them birds had everything they needed in their house. Well, you don't call no what you call the bird, the people that take care of the bird. They ain't no shepherd. I say handler. They had food, they had water, they had a place to stay, they had everything they needed within their house. But they would look outside and just think it was more freedom on the other side. And guess what? It killed them. So that's a life lesson. Sometimes what your eyes show you can be the very thing that kills you. Don't pay that no attention. I don't know what I just said. I tried to bring that thing around to make it make sense. I'm going to find a better way to say that.
Freedom is your death.
Yeah. There you go. What you think is your freedom. That's a better way to say it. What you think is your freedom can be the very thing that kills you. Now that's it right there. What you feel like is your freedom can very well be your death. A lot of us thinking if we just get out of this situation, we just get out of that situation because our eyes is looking at how free we'll be, but don't realize it's a crow waiting, eyeing you, waiting on your isolation. And what's going to happen? You're going to have a little MK show up in your life to open your door to your freedom, which will actually be your death. So let's learn from Snowball. Let's learn from Speedy. Just what we learned from Speedy. Just because your name is Speedy don't mean that you done took on that function. See, Speedy name, that go back to us naming ourselves what we ain't created to be. You get in there and you just find these names. You just picking out a name because that sound through, this sound through, but you know you ain't that. We know Speedy wasn't fast. He's a winner dog. But he used to try to move as fast as he could. And it was hilarious. But sometimes what you name yourself can be the very thing or the very name that you draw the test to yourself. And you don't make it to the other side. You don't cross over Jordan. So don't be Speedy. Don't be Thomas. Don't be Tweeterbird. Learn what your function is. And believe that where Yahuwah has you is where he chose you to be. Don't take on a weight that you could not carry. Don't listen to Tweeterbird in the cage. Tweeterbird was a proud person, and he influenced Thomas to fly out to freedom with him. Your association can influence your decisions. We said all that to say the experience of the soul can influence your outward decisions throughout your life. That's all I got for y'all today. Hopefully my traumatic experiences with these animals can give you wisdom. Oh, that's funny. BG say stay in the hedge of protection. Don't be speedy. Maybe a proverb. That's an idiom. All right, I love y'all. I love y'all. Guess we needed some laughter today. Yahuwah did this though. He shifted everything. There's still lessons to be learned through sorrow. All right, love y'all. A few announcements. Remember, if you got the calendar, Feast of Dedication started yesterday, and it'll end Friday. So we ask that you and your families take advantage of that and go over the Maccabean story with your family, with your children. Make it fun. Have a through time. I said, what's my dog YouTube channel? All right, so if I do look, man, I said I do. I am growing a YouTube channel as it relates to my dogs and when it comes to breeding and training and all that. So you can look that up if you want to. If you look that up, it's called Kingdom Nobility Kennels. K&K. Kingdom Nobility Kennels. Kingdom Nobility Kennels. That's also a YouTube, a Facebook page also too. And you can go in there and subscribe. And you'll see my Rottweiler there. You'll see me doing videos. Kingdom Nobility Kennels. If you bought that life, get at me. But y'all, this is hilarious, y'all. This is hilarious, man. But anyway, you listen, I just went through some Maruka. With old Speedy. Praise you. So, but announcements are, remember Then you all remember we got Purim coming up also too. So make sure you look at your calendars, look at your Hebrew calendars. Um, make sure you have the dates, and it's on the YouTube channel too. The dates of it, and or you can go to the website and get the dates of it. So we got that coming up, and also in February the 18th, Rebirth will be putting on a live soundtrack theatrical experience of the movie Reclaiming the Throne. We would ask that everybody come. It will be at the Augusta in Augusta, at Augusta University campus. We asking that everybody can make it to be a part of this next Reclaiming the Throne reload. So everything about the movie we reloading and preparing for part 2. But we got the soundtrack together, and that album will be out by that time. It will be out by that time, but we're going to actually do the event first and put the album out after the event. So we were asking everybody to come down February the 18th during Black History Month at 3:30 p.m. We're asking all that can to come and be a part of what we're doing. But I'm gonna show that again, and the video that's on YouTube, right, that we just did, that we put up yesterday. I want y'all to put it all around, share it all on your social media. Don't share this. Don't share this video. Share the video that we have on the YouTube channel concerning that event, and I want you to share it all over your social media so we get the word out. Any questions related to the ministry for me while you have me right here? Partners, you purchase your tickets for us in the partner portal. That'll be a special discounted price for the partners. So in your you'll see it live in your partner portal in time once we put it out there for you to be able to purchase your tickets. Don't purchase your tickets from the outside site. Purchase yours from the partner portal because yours would be cheaper than the regular price. Will Augusta accept visitors on that Shabbat prior to the show? That's a through question. Yeah, I'm gonna say we will. Yeah, I say we will. We'll definitely try to work that out. But you would definitely have to be. We'll get back with you on it because it's a process in which what you would do, and I will. We'd love to have you and prepare for that. But we'll let you know that information be out. Where can we buy merch for D28? All right, more Hadar Tucci, can you put in the ephod information? Somebody asking where can they buy merch for D28? It should be on the ephod website, I believe, or either on D28 website. It should be that. But if somebody can drop a link now, if you're looking for the D28 hats, we done sold out of the hats, and we'll get some more back going. That's right. So go to E5 by Rebirth, and you'll get a lot of the clothing there. All right. Somebody asks, are the dates for Pesach available? Oh, I'm glad you say that. I need to put the feast days for 2024 up. Going to 2025. We got the dates, and I apologize. I should have been placed as up. So I'm gonna put it in a partner portal. I believe the partners have it. They might not have it. We're gonna make sure it's good. Put it in there, and then I'm gonna put it online. where everybody can see the dates and everything. We will allow the partners to be a part of PaySock this year, but there's a certain way that that's going to be done. How do I get to the partner portal? You should already know how to do that if you've been. But what you can do, I want you to. Who just asked that? Katie. Send an email to info.rebirthnational@gmail.com. Info.rebirthnational@gmail.com. Info.rebirthnational@gmail. And ask them about it, and they got you. When will partners be able to pray with but not women? Well, I think that's been on hold, like for a while. I know that was something that's going to be done, but that's the whole. I think that benign reflections and all that has been on hold since beginning of the year. You were just kind of sent um, leaders of that in a different direction for right now. So those calls are not necessarily going on right now because we have other things right now that's focusing on. But as soon as those things get back to a level where it needs to be, that'll happen. We'll let you know. Because right now, I want y'all to understand, like even the services. Like I know we've been talking about the live like praise and worship and all of that. But a lot of that, like the first time we really went in and praise and worship, even at Augusta, was yesterday. Like ever since Sukkot, you who had just been having us, we come in and pray, but then we get right to a lesson. So it ain't really been like that. Because you would kind of shut a lot of that down and just have teachings and stuff like that. So that's just where we at. We're waiting on Yahuwah to put things where they need to be. But to the partners, the call, the No Hebrew Left Behind is open, stand open. And then we will start having the men participate in our fourth Tuesday calls because all the national men, we get together on the fourth Tuesday in every month. So we will open that up to the partners in time. But continue to remember that every second Shabbat, you can come to any of the assemblies that's open at the time. And then anytime we're doing events and feast days, we would love you to be there if it's, as we open those things up to you. I'm interested in some of the lessons that were on YouTube of the Melchizedek order. Would they be available on the portal? Yeah, I'm going to try to get into that this week about a lot of our old lessons and stuff. Placing them back on there, placing the messages on there, or we're going to have to find a way that we can, because our lessons and the services are so long, the website wasn't having the capacity to hold all of those, because we will have some things that will go 7, 8, 9 hours, multiple. So what we've been trying to do is cut out the praise, worship out, and just have the lessons. So that's what we still working on. What we're gonna start doing now, you might see it might look like new lessons. So what we're gonna do is re-release some of them on YouTube, where it's just the lessons. So we'll get to it. We'll definitely get to it. And we're gonna try to all our old videos. We're gonna try to open those things up, but because the goal was to have them where the partners just can see them, but we just ran into issues with it. So now we're working on cutting them and being able to put them in that way, so y'all can have it overall. So what we either gonna do one or two things. We'll have a private link where you can go to and you'll get all of them that way, or we're going to continue to work on condensing them and re-uploading them. And the re-upload probably will be on this channel. Will you share more of the Zoom lessons? Now the Zoom lessons that's mainly your No Hebrew Left Behind. That all those lessons should be in the partner portal. We haven't really had those on this platform. But if you're a partner, you should have, and because we deal with some like rediscovering. Uh, Really, we just going through the whole Bible right now. And man, we've been on Genesis since the top of the year. We ain't got out of Genesis chapter 1 through 3. And it's just been revelation after revelation, more and more things with it. And then Chief will, when he get a chance, we all working on being able to go live and have certain things with it. But remember, I want y'all to understand this. When you're not seeing us, you all always know we working on something. Always know we working on something. Now me and Chief, man, working on something huge. But we got to get everything together on it. And Chief is working tires without rest to try to get all these things done so we can kind of take over when it comes to entertainment and being able to influence the masses with movies and with with TV shows and with episodes and with series and kind of trying to create like our own type of Netflix that you can go on and see Hebrew material. And I talking about we ain't trying to do this stuff like on a small scale. We're trying to do it on a huge scale, man. So it's that's why like you ain't seeing a lot of live and all that type of stuff because there's certain ways we're doing stuff and we're working on things, right? So I always know it's something big coming, and we're gonna revamp certain things. And when it's a go, y'all will know and you'll get everything. But y'all know we don't come half stepping with nothing. All right, Yahuwah, Yahuwah, my rock says, do we need the email first? I don't know what you mean. What are you asking? Put in here what you're asking. All right, we should. Okay, can we get the Midrash praise and worship videos without the lessons? On the you talking about on the partner portal? We'll try to do that. We'll try to just get some of the worship and the partner portals if we can. I try to get the team on that, where we getting the worship, the praise, the worship, all that type of stuff on the. Now you talking about the older stuff that was already out. Because like I already told you with the new stuff right there now, and when we do praise and stuff like that, what I start doing and saying, can we put that in the portals also too? But if you're talking about some of the older stuff, then yeah, maybe we can get that and put that in there. It's just you remember the whole reason that we stopped allowing it to be for public consumption. Um, Oh, you're saying nothing new, just the whatever. Yeah. Well, what if it's that perspective? We'll see what we can do. But like I said, we ain't always like going in worshiping, praising. Like you had been doing more reasoning and sitting down with the tribe, reasoning together and talking. So when we do it, we'll try to put that on. But remember that the reason that we took all of that stuff off because those are ancient practices that Yahuwah, ancient rites that Yahuwah then gave us that of his form of worship through rebuilding the tabernacle of Daud. And Yahuwah dealt with us on like this shouldn't be just up for public consumption where people can scrutinize it, that they can say all type of things and end up getting their life in danger. And you don't have no where you can go on the continent where they just put all their ancient rites of praise and approach to their deity up for public consumption, because the very doing of that takes the sacredness out of it. So this is why we snatch that stuff, those things down for right now, because you were just just like, that is his precious things. So we got to treat it precious from that perspective. All right. Before visiting on the second Shabbat, what did you ask? Yeah, you do have to email before you visit. Please don't just pop up. We're not doing that no more. Please don't just pop up. You have to email before you visit on the second Shabbat. The sooner you get the email in, the better that we can prepare for you to come. And I think that's the same thing right now. All the other assemblies are open, but send them the email first. And then the same thing as far as right now, I don't think Anderson is open right now. They're still working on the building in order to get it prepared for visitors. But that will come. Email who? Y'all put the email again in there again. It's .info rebirth at rebirthnational@gmail.com. Can y'all put that in for Katie, cat eye to TIL4A? You will email the national email. All right, so Kate, it's right under your when you say email who. But you have to be a partner in order to visit. You have to been following the ministry for a while. We can't have people that just looked us up yesterday and then want to come in. We're not doing things like the church, where it's open, all come as you are. We don't believe that. You're the only ones that can come is those that have been checked out. We got to protect our women and our children and protect the sacredness of Yahuwah's worship assembly overall. So we can't just have anybody coming in there. Cause we might be going in praising and they might be in there trying to do the nay-nay. And actually, like, that actually happened before when I was out of town a few years ago. This dude came and that was invited by one of the sons that was stupid at the time. And I was out of town, but my wife handled it. She would handle that joker. But he just got invited off the streets, ain't know nothing about us. Got in there, and this is when we had the doors open. We got in there, we worshiping and going in. He just started trying to do the nay-nay. We had to snatch him up. All right, well, that's everything. Don't look like no more. So we'll try to work on that, and then you'll just start seeing the lessons and stuff pop up. We're gonna try to work on all the old ones first and get them and try to make our way all the way back up. Now, you might see these things will be on the YouTube channel, or I get the team to just create a private link with just everything in there, and you'll be able to, but this will only be for the partners, and you'll be able to have that and be able to download them if you want to download them and do whatever you need to do. So I'm going to have them work on that on a private link with all the lessons of old, and we'll keep the worship and all that on it, and that way you'll have it as a private link in the portal. All right. But you can look on the YouTube channel and you'll start seeing some of the lessons come back through. All right. I'm finna get off here. Love y'all, and we'll see you soon. We're gonna bid you shalom.
the nations. Hebrew Kingdom Building.
Listen, we got some special for y'all through D28 Productions, Reclaiming the Throne Reload. Now, I know you didn't watch the movie, but we have some special. We have the live soundtrack theatrical experience. Yes, I said it like that, theatrical experience, because it's not just going to be music, but it's going to be every genre of music that represents what we have created over here in 400 years. So not only music, you're going to have spoken word, you're going to have cultural dance, there'll be a fashion event there. Every aspect of what we done here as a nation in history to draw our people to be able to find out who they are. Yes, now the event is going to be in Black History Month. It'll be in Augusta, Georgia, Sunday, February the 18th at 3:30 p.m. at the Maxwell Theater on Augusta University campus. We asking people from all over the world come experience an event that ain't never been done in the nation of Israel ever like this before. We're asking people to come from the north, south, east, and the west, all over. Tell your mother, tell your brother, tell your auntie, tell your uncle, tell everybody to meet us there. It's going to change your life. We hope to see you there. See you soon, and shalom.